Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Yes, we are starting very soon. If someone of the organizers can make an announcement also, it would be great. So in the meantime, I'm going to, give the mic to Tove. Maybe also Montserrat.
Yes, please do.
Great. Montserrat, you're having an invite now to join me on stage, so please accept it. Okay, great. We cannot see your camera, Montserrat.
Now, it's a pleasure.
Great. So yes, you're all here, so the floor is yours.
Great. And can you please just confirm that you see my screen? That would be great.
We do.
Perfect. Well, then let's get started right away. It's super fun to be here and talk to all of you about mentoring within the Unitec and the UAA. So I think most of you were here this morning listening to Angela talking about the vision of the UAA. So to be the engineering network that drives positive impact. And in order to do this, of course, we really need each other, right? So therefore, a mentoring program could be really important to connect the UAA members to enable the unlocking of our best selves. And basically, this is about empowering each other to grow and to develop, and to do that through meaningful mentoring relationships. And maybe someone of you have felt that you are a bit lost in your career, maybe not really sure on where to go next. And maybe you have felt that you have lost your connection to the Unitec network. Or maybe you're stuck in a certain situation, but you are not sure on how to get further. Or maybe it could be that you would like to develop a certain skill, but not sure on how to proceed. And to progress in situations like this is quite hard if you only have yourself and your own perspective and your level of knowledge. So the input put from someone else with the right knowledge or experience, then it makes it so much easier. And of course, what type of input that you need can vary a lot. If you're, for example, a newly graduate engineer feeling a bit sure on what to do next and how to do it, having a mentor that is have had the same struggles and walked the same path might be the thing for you. Or if you're a senior expert, maybe having a topic that you're really deep dived into, what you would need is to have some new perspective, or maybe to find someone outside your immediate work circle. So what we can say is that the world is changing really fast. And we also always need to adapt to new situations. And I think all of us have practiced this quite a lot during the last year. We need to understand new technology and work together in new ways. And in the industry, we can see some interesting new things emerging. And one concept is reverse mentoring that is quite interesting. And to give you one example of this is the company Johnson & Johnson. And they discovered that, well, our senior leaders and the millennials, the digital natives, let's say, the gap in their digital capabilities is quite big. So what they did was to have reverse mentoring. So saying that the millennial will be the mentor and the senior leader will be the mentee. And also this turned out to be a really great learning experience for the mentor, meaning the millennial, to develop in that kind of area as well. So the definition on what is a good mentor and what kind of exchange you can have is of course super varied, and it depends on what is the goal or the expected outcome. And then how to really find this specific person that suits in a specific case. Well, it can be tricky, but I think that all of us in this room can feel super, super lucky because we are all a part of a really, really powerful ecosystem. So not only the UAA, but we also have the other actors that are creating this ecosystem. And only within the UAA, you know that we have more than 1,200 members that we have collected over soon 21 years, and there will only be more to come. What we also know that this group of alumni is extremely diverse. We're coming from different places. We're now living in different places. We are experts in very many different fields, and we are active in very many different types of industries as well. And in our everyday life, we also take on very many different types of roles. So in order to really take on this huge opportunity and really utilize it, but also at the same time answer maybe some of the type of questions that I raised before, we want to provide some kind of pathway into the network. And that could be through the Unitech mentoring program that we are calling U to U. So Unitecher to Unitecher. So let's dig a bit down into the details of the U to U. First, I would just like to highlight a bit about the scope and also lift a very, very cool initiative that we already have, that is the buddy system. And this is more targeting the current Unitech participants, so mentoring or exchange between the current participants and also the newly admitted. So, of course, we also want to establish this kind of exchange and platform for our alumni, independently on you have less experience or more experience. And one important aspect is also that we have the other actors of our ecosystem that I mentioned before. So corporate partners, honorary alumni, Unitech office, as well as coaches. So we would also like to invite these groups to this U2U platform. And in order to kind of connect, find, and start these meaningful relationships, we have designed a matching process. And the first and very important step is, of course, to apply, to indicate the interest that you have in the program. So here you're asked about yourself, a little bit about your Unitech journey, let's say, your current situation. But more importantly, you're also asked about your preferred role, if you would like to be a mentee, if you would like to be a mentor, or maybe if you could consider both. And also then, what is your motivation behind this? Then there is, of course, more questions. Some are mandatory, some are not, but it's about what is defined as the ideal mentoring relationship, areas of interest or passions, what you see as strengths, and so on. And based on this information, the UTU will create the match. And before there is a start of the program, there will also be this opportunity to connect and see if this is a match that is good beyond the theory. So if we zoom out a bit and look at this in a perspective, this is the program outline. And I'm very excited to say that now, at this very day, at the symposium, we are really in the first step of this phase. So the start of the applications for the first round of this concept. And the applications will be open to the end of May. And in between this, we will have a virtual event with another super nice and cool initiative of the UAA, the virtual event team. And I know that there will be some really cool speakers. So I would say, keep your eyes open for this, because it will be very inspiring and touch upon different aspects of mentoring and Unitech. And when the matching phase is done, there will be a program kickoff to support the program start. And within the program frame and duration, there will also be some hosted events to provide these natural connection points where you can meet as a pair, but also to enable this engagement between all the participants. Then there will be a concluding event, finalizing the first program. And of course, we hope that we will continue to have more of these rounds to enable many, many relationships. So if this sounds appealing, you're more than welcome to join the first round. And as we said before, you can be a mentee and you can be a mentor depending on what you look for, of course. And of course, I want to mention again the ambassadors, that I call them. This is also a great way to really experience the Unitech spirit. And you find the application for all roles, mentor, mentee, through the same application. So you have the link here on the screen. I hope it works for you. And last, but definitely not least, I would like to highlight the team. And Monse and Isabel, and also myself, started this initiative or project. But we are very, very happy that we have a larger team now. So we have Andreas, Q, and Christopher that has also joined us to really support and enable this development with more mentoring within the UAA. And we really represent 6 different generations of Unitech, which is quite fun. We have different backgrounds and very different current undertakings. So it's very inspiring to work with all of you, I have to say. And now I would like to hand over the word to Monse, who is also here, one of the initiators and Unitech alumni from 2003.
Thank you, Toby. Well, just to say that it has been really a pleasure working from the beginning with the initial team, Toby and Isabel, and now with the more extended team and volunteers. And that allowed us really to define together and launch really this mentoring program for Unitech, right? Just to say that it was very valuable and I think very interesting that one of the motivations have been that I was personally involved in other mentoring programs, and that was very helpful for all the team, for all of us, really to get those inputs for the Unitech program, right? And especially because some of these mentoring programs were coming from one of the academic partners, right? The UPC Barcelona.
Okay, I think we lost Montserrat, right, Tove?
Yeah, I think so as well.
Okay.
Silence for me now.
Okay. Can you take over what she was saying, maybe to finish? Because she was closing, I think.
Let's see if she comes back. But yeah, basically it's really great to have the experience that we have from Monse, also representing our senior alumni that we have already from 2003, but also been a part of creating these kind of initiatives before, which is really valuable. So basically that's the overall, and we would like to just thank you for having this opportunity to be here. And if you are interested, you can already apply. And of course, you're welcome to send us any questions. Now I know that there's a break planned, but we will stay here for a bit if there's any comments or questions. And I think we will be here also the rest of the day, so you can connect and send maybe a message if there is something.
Yes, exactly. So everybody in this session, so that you know, now there's a break until 11:45 sharp. So at 11:45 sharp, we will start with the breakout discussion. So if you can join a couple of minutes before, perfect. You should go in the respective breakout room. Chander has now sent the link so that you can see the rotation that you have to go. Please also, Chander, put in the feed so that they don't lose it. So now there's a break, but of course the mentoring team will stay here to answer your questions. So I will keep this session open, okay, until 11:40. And then at 11:40, we will start to close this session and we will go into the breakouts. Please take a look at the breakout rooms, at your rotations. If you have any questions about where to go, ask any one of the organizers. So anyone Montserrat, I think you're talking, I don't hear you. Anyone that has a question for the mentoring team, yes, raise your hand. I'm also here. I will give you the stage if you want, or just drop it in the chat.
Thanks.